Rotary are a brand that I have never featured here on Watch Chris. I've never owned one of their watches. However, today I have one of their watches to show you. It is a dive watch. It's called the Henley Seamatic. It's a 300-meter dive watch with a green dial and green bezel. And it's a very good-looking watch. Comes in cardboard packaging, so the packaging is basically cardboard with some leatherette on it. It says original British design. I believe they make most of their watches in Asia, but they do make some of their watches in Switzerland. I believe they use some Swiss movements as well. But either way, here is the watch. This is a 300-meter dive watch, and it comes with a lot of links to the bracelet. And you can see this could fit up to probably a 9.5-inch wrist. It also gets a beautiful green ceramic bezel with sort of white numbering on there, and then you have a green dial. You get applied indices. Those are filled with Lume. You have very interesting hands here, so there are sort of 3 different colors on the hands. You have orange on the minute hand. That's like a fence post skeletonized weird hand, and then you get a really interesting hand for the hour hand. It's a ball with an arrow that sort of goes through it, or like a spear. I believe that's lumed as well. Then you have a lollipop second hand. I believe that tip is lumed as well. It says Rotary up there at the top. It says Seamatic. It's a 300-meter dive watch, as I mentioned. So you're getting a screwed-in crown and a screwed-in case back. And you can see the rotor R for Rotary right there on the crown. Very heavy and substantial watch, very heavy and substantial case, very similar to the bracelet. You get a very substantial case. Screwed-in case back, you do get 300 meters of water resistance. The buckle on here is signed Rotary right there. You only get 3 positions of micro adjust, but you do get a pop out pressed elements here, but pressed. Diver's extension, not terrible, but it is pressed. And then the rest is milled. I believe this might be pressed as well, but it's polished and brushed, and you have that Rotary logo right there, folds over. And the back of the case is really nicely embossed with 125 years of watchmaking, so celebrating their 125th year of watchmaking. Pretty cool. There are push pins on the bracelet, but like I said, very substantial and a lot of bracelet that they gave you here. Oyster style, polished on the side. Just very, very heavy. The case is brushed on the top and polished on the sides. Everything's finished very nicely on this watch. I really do like it. And you have a Cyclops here. Unscrew the crown, and just to move the hand so you can see the date. You do have a Cyclops for the date there. And you do see that this does not hack, and you see a little bit of wobble. That's because this is an 8215 Miyota movement. That does happen with the 8 series Miyota movements, and of course it does not hack. You do get a sapphire crystal on here. I think that's probably the only downfall of this watch, is that it does not hack. Unfortunately, that is the case. However, price on here is really not that bad considering everything else. It's $349, so you're getting a lot of watch for that money. It's a substantial watch for that money. It's very heavy and very well made. You do get solid end links on here as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, and we'll do quick measurements. It's around a 42 millimeter watch. You do get female end links, so the lug to lug is a true lug to lug. So we'll just do that really quickly while I have it like this. So the lug to lug on here is 47.9, not terrible. At the bracelet, 47.7, so essentially the same thickness on here. It is a 300-meter dive watch, 13.8 millimeters, really not that bad. Crown size on here, pretty decent crown, but not, enormous. 6.8, actually pretty good. And then I believe this is a 42 millimeter watch. You do have these crown guards, which make it look a little bit bigger, but I think it's a 42 millimeter, 42.7 is what I'm getting. 42.5. At the bezel, 42.1. So it's probably because of those crown guards, it does wear a little bit bigger than the 42 millimeters as well. Probably wears like a 43 millimeter. So $349 the price on this, which I think is pretty good. Let me throw it on my wrist so I can show you guys. Today I am wearing the Moon Swatch on a leather strap, which is aftermarket. I think this looks really good. Probably one of the best upgrades you can make to the Moon Swatch. 100%. And there you go. Let's see. Rotary on my wrist. I have a 7.5 inch wrist, so this is just a hang tag. It just gives you a little bit of QR code. Look at how much extra space I have on this bracelet. It's insane. I have not sized this for my 7.5 inch wrist, but you can see it wears big. It wears a little bit bigger than the 42 millimeters they claim it is. I think it wears like a 43 millimeter. It's closer to those dimensions anyway. So there you go. But a good looking watch. I really like the color that they use. The green that they use is really a very nice green. The dial and bezel combination really work well. Heavy watch. I wish it hacked. That's the only thing that this thing is missing. Not sure why they went with a Miyota 8 series that doesn't hack. I would have liked to see an NH35 instead. If they could have done that, that would have been a lot better. But there you go. Good looking watch. Unfortunately, just with that one little issue. Let's check out the lume, because I have not checked out the lume on this watch. I wonder if this has good lume. I don't know if the bezel is lumed. Let's check it out and see what it's like. So the lume is very, very good. And I didn't do the bezel action, so I really quickly want to do that, and then I'll talk about the lume a little bit. Very good bezel action on this. Solid, very nicely feeling bezel, and it lines up really nicely as well. So they did a good job with the bezel. They did a great job with the dial and case. Bracelet, if you're a big guy, this is going to be very easy for someone to fit. If you have a very large wrist, even if you have a small wrist, you know, obviously you have plenty of links left over. They did a really good job with the lume. The lume in bezel, in the indices, the hands, very liberally applied. They did a very good job. It's sort of bicolored as well. Excellent. Not disappointing. The only thing that disappoints is the non-hacking movement. I think they went the extra mile with everything else. They should have went the extra mile with the movement. Put an NH35 in here then, or a hacking version of the Miyota 8 series. I'm completely fine with that. I wish they did that. Unfortunately, they didn't, but there you go. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this watch? What do you think of the look of it? What do you think of the brand? I'm not incredibly familiar with them, like I said, but I know that they sort of split their manufacturing in Asia, and they also make watches that are Swiss made. I'm not sure if they still do that. I know they did in the past, but like I said, this watch is definitely manufactured in Asia. They say it's a British design, so there you go. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.